Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Shoe Booty Sports, episode 6. And took a week off just to live life and prosper. And a couple things have happened since we last spoke. So, first of all, apparently immunized doesn't mean vaccine or vaccinated. So, Packers probably in fact, going to lose home field advantage in a playoff spot, or home field advantage, not a playoff spot. But yeah, we got to see Jordan Love, and
Didn't love him.
no, no,
It looks like we're gonna get to see him again this weekend.
yeah, whatever the quarantine protocol is, saw Rogers on the Pat McAfee show a little bit, so seeing him on his podcast talking about, I don't know, Rogers is that conspiracy theorist that when I was working at the gym, that would come in and that was just real anti-mask. Like, even if I agreed with you, like, I don't care to hear your full story about why you think the way that you do about it and all the research that you've done. And that's just what Aaron Rodgers sounds like to me. That annoying guy with, you know, 20 followers on Twitter who's spouting his conspiracy theories all over the place with his post.
Yeah, but he has a lot more followers than that.
Yes, he does. But I'm saying he sounds like
Yeah.
like that guy when he's just on there doing that. It's
Mhm.
like, okay, I mean, that's your belief and your opinion, but you're not able to show up to work as a result because of that, and you're putting your team in position to lose home field advantage. And think about it. Who are their biggest threats in the NFC? The Rams, and what's the other? Well, you first of all, let's just start with this. Both of these teams, the Rams, they're not going to be able to beat Green Bay in Green Bay in January.
No.
But in Los Angeles, it's going to be a bit of a different story. So Green Bay potentially, I mean, didn't have an easy path to the NFC Championship game, but it would have been easier than what they've made it with that. So I mean,
Yeah, because they they definitely would have beat the Chiefs last week for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, just didn't happen.
Yeah, we walked away from that one feeling better about the Packers than we did about the Chiefs. But yeah, the Chiefs won, but then this is just who they are at this point. Like, they're not going to get it together. This is who they are the rest of the year. It's not a Tampa Bay situation from a year ago where the Bucks or whatever they were had 5 losses, fair, with a few games left to go before the playoffs, and then they just got it together, it clicked. Mahomes has been there a while, and I mean, this is just who they are. So I don't see them
Yeah.
making much noise, possibly squeaking into a playoff spot, but that's about it.
So what do you think the deal is, or you think it's his what is it, his brother doing all the stupid TikTok videos, or you think it's didn't he just have a kid or something? I think it's the
He
new
did.
kid, or
Well, Andy's a new father. He's a new father.
I mean,
He's got an annoying brother, and um, I'm not going to talk bad about the dude's wife, but he's got kind of an annoying wife too. And
yeah.
yeah, and they're basically famous for being
Stupid.
involved, either being related or married to Patrick Mahomes. Like, that's why they're famous.
Yep.
And you can just tell from the TikTok videos themselves, Patrick Mahomes is kind of he's like, just leave me alone, please. Y'all
Do you
can
see
y'all
that
stop.
one of them in the bar? It was after the Thursday night game, I think. And they were sitting at the bar, and his wife and the brother were sitting there having a good time, and he's just sitting there like, "Dear
Yeah.
God, can we just go home?"
Speaking of bars, how about the Jaguars? beating the Bills. That's got to be the win of the weekend, right? The upset of the weekend.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. I can see a lot of people losing money on that game.
I
Because
mean,
yeah, that was a shocker for sure. But they, I think the Bills do that every year, right? Every year that they're good, they flub up a good 2 or 3 games that they shouldn't.
kind of, but they all. But I mean, this is probably the worst roster. This has to be the worst roster in football, and it's the Bills.
Yeah,
That many think that they're the best team in the AFC.
yeah, and they lose to Urban and the Jags.
Yeah, Urban pulled it off. I don't really.
Watch
I
out,
don't.
ladies. He's gonna be partying.
I don't know. He's might have learned his lesson after that one, but hey, they've kind of turned it around since then. So yeah, maybe
It was all planned. Yeah.
maybe sprinkle something in like that a little bit. Okay, I'm looking through the NFC now. I'm like, who? Okay, well, yeah. Let's think about this. You got Tampa, you got Dallas, you got Arizona, and you got the Rams. These are all warm weather teams. The Packers could have had them at home. You're looking at a pretty solid advantage. But now, I mean, they're still sitting at 7-2, but they lost the advantage over Arizona. And rather than hosting these teams, there's a good chance they're going to be traveling somewhere and kind of losing that advantage. So I don't know. It's just to me, it's kind of it's pretty irresponsible.
Like say, yeah, it's not kinda. It's very irresponsible, man.
I mean, this is
Uh,
Aaron Rodgers. I like him. I mean, he's amazing at his job. That's not the gripe. But he's just the more I hear from him, the more I'm annoyed by him. And just this he has there's so much drama just surround he's always got a problem with something. You know, it's I mean think of he the just always something there's some kind of chip, whether it's the little bash at Russell Wilson from a few seasons ago, just because Russell Wilson said, God was, had our backs there, whatever he said, he's just saying something in a post game presser.
yeah, I can't
And
recall that one.
yeah, but he takes offense to that. He takes offense to the organization, his own organization.
You drafted a backup, man.
Now
Come on.
I get the gripe with that, but it's always something with Aaron Rodgers. It's just he's a high maintenance dude, man. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. He can't just you don't hear I mean, even with the stuff with Brady in New England that's reportedly gone on, the divide between him and Belichick.
Mm.
You didn't hear about it. You didn't hear about it. I mean, it was handled about as well as it could be. All right, we're gonna go our separate ways. I'm gonna go to Tampa, and you're gonna go do what you want to do and get your quarterback or a different one, and we're gonna move on. Like that's how you handle something like that. Aaron Rodgers is. We're all hearing about it. It's it. I don't know, man. It's just and you can't say that didn't have something to do with the way that they played in week one. Because I mean, they just completely shit the bed against the Saints. And the Saints
And
aren't a bad team, but I mean, they completely shit the bed. Looked like trash.
he probably could have won that game if he would have been vaccinated. Hell, I don't know. I
Or
think
just
Jameis is vaccinated, right? That's probably a difference maker in that game.
maybe, or just showing up and having an off season, with your team. I'm not saying he did nothing, but
Yeah, which speaking of Jameis, man, he can't believe he's out for the season. He was entertaining for this first couple of weeks, and he faked the granny pitch like 10 yards down the field. Like, who does that crap?
I mean, people still fall for it though.
course you'll fall for it.
Yeah. I mean, Brett Favre would kind of do that. He would pump fake, 10 yards down the field. And sometimes he would throw it. Yeah, just he's like, well, I committed, so but sometimes he would throw it.
Might as well. Gunslinger.
Yeah, I mean, it's got the name for a reason.
Oh.
But yeah, the Packers could be sitting prettier than where they're at if Rodgers were a little more immunized.
Yeah, they could definitely be one game better.
For sure.
And probably after this weekend, they could probably definitely be 2 games better. Because, of course, I don't know who they're playing this weekend. Maybe speaking too early, but hell, it doesn't matter if you can't score any touchdowns, right?
Yeah, but either way, I mean, you got to feel good about their chances still if Packers or if you're a Packers fan. They still look pretty good. Just bring your Hall of Fame quarterback
back. They're
back.
Playing Seattle with Russell Wilson being back for the first week.
Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully, maybe the Seahawks can. I mean, it's obviously an upgrade getting him back in there. But
apparently, they're the favorite, or they're the rumored favorites for Odell Beckham Jr. Or at least that's where he says he wants to go. But
is it?
See, I don't know why you'd want to go there. I mean, you're not going to be the top target. You're not even going to be the second top target. You're going to be number 3, dude. Like, why would you want to go somewhere where you want to be number 3?
Well, where's he going to go and be number 1 at this point?
Nowhere, but he could go somewhere and be number 2. That's for sure. But nobody claimed him off waivers today. So
yeah, he's a talented player, but he's not as explosive as he used to be. That's
too much baggage, man.
He's not a quarterback. He's his position relies on that skill set of speed and
one-handed catching,
amazing ability. Yeah, genetic, ability, athleticism, and he's only getting older. And yeah, a lot of baggage. We see how the Browns played without him.
Yeah, they look like they're going to miss him.
Yeah, I mean, what did Baker do? He completed it to 8 different receivers or so.
Yeah, Andy made sure he slipped in a bomb there to OBJ's backup. It's like, hey, said I couldn't throw deep balls to your position. Here you go.
Well, and that guy can play. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, he can.
But and the Bengals aren't a bad football team. That's a division rival. Very good quarterback, and I know they shit the bed against the Jets. That was pretty surprising. Yeah, that was pretty surprising to me. Although the Jets look like a better, a different team without Zach Wilson in there. So I don't know, man. It's I'm glad I'm not a gambler.
Yeah, it's been pretty entertaining in the last couple of weeks, to say the least. And yes, I can second that. Glad I'm not a gambler this season. So
yeah, it's I would have lost a lot of money. But yeah, Browns look like they're just better off, and I don't know, some places just aren't a good fit for people. I mean, go back to Moss and Oakland. Randy Moss with the Raiders. Can you even remember anything memorable of that other than him pouting and sitting on the bench?
Yeah, I remember one game and nothing happened.
Yeah, I mean, the most talented receiver ever, at least in my opinion, just nothing with the Raiders. And then goes to the Patriots, and his career gets resurrected. He has the greatest.
Yeah, wreck shop. What do you have? 3 catches for 3 touchdowns and 160-something yards that game.
Well, he had the greatest receiving season pretty much ever. That year they went.
Yeah, almost perfect.
Yeah. But some places just aren't a good fit, if you're a receiver. And I don't know, it worked for Beckham in New York. It didn't work in Cleveland, but maybe he can bounce back. Maybe this will be an eye opener because he's not going to get it. He's not going to get another chance after this.
No, I think his best shot would probably be to go to the Saints or to the Raiders, and that's who I think he should be talking with, because Raiders have to immediately replace Ruggs after all that stuff.
Well, they did. Deshaun Jackson.
Oh yeah, well,
yeah. So they just signed him, so they're not going to be in the sweepstakes, I would think, for Beckham.
And Deshaun's been moving around a lot in the past couple seasons.
Yeah, well, he's at that stage in his career.
Yeah,
but
man, he used to kill it in fantasy.
Yeah, used to. What, in 2010?
Yeah,
give or take.
Mm-hmm.
But not a knock, but still be in the league, in 2021. Pretty solid, but yeah, he's just at that stage. He's going to bounce around a lot, but he's a SoCal guy, so he may be right at home in Oakland, and that's not a bad football team. So,
speaking of bouncing around, how about Adrian Peterson getting his touchdown and scoring for the Titans? Yeah, they taking care of business against the Rams. So
yeah, I had whatever the guys, McNichols. I had Derrick Henry on my fantasy team, and of course, yeah. So I just got the backup. I was like, I don't know about picking up Adrian Peterson. I don't know how many plays he's gonna, know or whatever.
Yeah,
he was light years better than McNichols. I don't even know if I'm saying the name right, and he's on my fantasy. He's not anymore. I'm dropping him for, I think, Adrian Peterson. So
probably a good choice.
And I'll get him because my team is that shitty. I think we're 3-6. So,
dude, yeah, I've only have out of the 3 leagues I'm in, I only have one team that's doing decent. The other team is barely above 500, and the one team is terrible. I think it only has 2 wins. So
yeah, well, mine is shitting the bed completely, but I've got like the second highest point total in the league. But I've had
I've been there before.
But I've
Such
had
a great feeling.
Yeah, I've had the second most points scored against me too. So it's awesome, doing great. But
feels great,
what it is. Yeah, but it is cool for Adrian Peterson, somebody as old as us, still be out there doing damage. Of course, when you're a Hall of Famer, it's.
I did think it was funny that he was in Mariota's number 8. Everybody using their old Mariota jerseys.
I didn't even notice. I did think it was weird that he was an 8, but like, what else are you gonna have at this point?
I don't know, 7. No, hell, I don't
know. Or 8. I mean, Mariota's not there. He ain't gonna miss it.
Nah, I thought it was funny what some of the fans did. They just put like duct tape or something on the back.
Okay, I didn't see that. That is pretty funny. Like, I didn't see that. Other news.
Oh, dude, what do you think about freaking old Mac Jones doing the dirty gator roll on dude's ankle?
I didn't see it. I didn't even see it.
It doesn't look good. Like, he says he thought he had the ball, but seriously, I'm pretty sure you seen the ball like bounce away. Dude didn't have it.
That was what I heard him say. Or I read his like response to it, and he seemed like it seemed like that's legitimately what he thought, like that he had the ball.
And it could be, but
I mean, you got to remember, we're watching it on TV. He's watching it.
It just didn't. Yeah, it just didn't look good.
I'm sure. Look, yeah, nobody needs to do the gator roll ever. I mean, it's just a dirty play. But no, I did not see it. I'd probably take his word for it, though. He didn't seem like that kind of guy.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He seems like a likable guy. I mean, other than the fact that he went to Bama. I mean,
yeah, not even necessarily likable, just does it the right way. Like, that's not something he would do.
No.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't even, yeah. I would see somebody, I'm trying to think of somebody who I would see doing that. But, I mean, there's somebody in the league, but is Vontez Burfict still in the league? But I don't even know if he would do that. But Yeah,
Uh,
it's continue.
Oh, I was going to say it could be worse. He could have just gave a stare at the sideline of the opposing team. He got a penalty for it. You see last
Yeah.
night's game?
I did. I caught the very end. I didn't see,
So
even
you
though it
didn't
was a
see.
penalty. I saw the highlights of the kick, like the ninja kick that the dude did.
Well,
Marsh, is that it?
Morris, yeah, was he the one who did the kick? Well,
Yes.
I mean, but still, the ref held the flag for. He didn't throw the flag until till what seemed like forever later, at least 10 seconds later,
I mean,
15 seconds.
it sounded like a bullshit. We're
It
talking
was
about the
because,
same thing, right? Just the
yeah, you were
taunting penalty.
yeah, and the ref, he was looked like he was jogging out of his way whenever the guy turned around to jog back to his bench. And then he like stopped and kind of stuck his butt out and hip checked him.
Yeah,
But right before he threw his flag, I'm like, that's
saw the
kind of a
hip
dick move.
check. Saw the hip check.
It's like
Saw the
his justification for throwing the flag in case anybody questioned his taunting penalty. He's like, oh, well, he also ran into me. Like,
Yeah, it was a chicken shit thing to do. You don't.
oh, and that game was so terrible. Officiating, it was god awful.
There were some pretty bad officiated games, uh, all weekend.
All season.
Yeah,
It seems like every week we're talking about 2 games that were just god awful officiating.
well, the taunting thing it's doing what replay did at first. Like replay was designed to get the call right,
Yeah.
but replay turned into
Delay after delay.
Well, it turned into like what used to be a catch, like for 10,000 years, started to not be a catch.
Yeah,
If
the
that makes sense.
continuation. Yeah.
Like Des Bryant for one. And
he caught that ball.
I mean, so on, so on, so on. Like it's like, and you watch it live with the naked eye, and you're like, he caught the ball. And if he catches it and goes to the ground, and a portion of the ball, like a half an inch of portion of the ball touches the ground, suddenly it's not a catch, and it's like, what the hell?
1/10 of the speed.
Yeah, it's
how they not see that?
like this is not what replay was supposed to do. And the taunting thing is similar in the regard that, yeah, you want to take just the egregious, if you want to say egregious, just the over the top taunting out of the game. I get that, but it's football. Trash talk is going to happen. Like I got in a fight every game my senior year of high school. Never got kicked out. Got some flags thrown on me. You did get kicked out.
I got kicked out for fighting.
Yeah, but that was still like the best punch ever in a football game because
cleanest punch.
it.
Yeah.
Well, because you were shorter than him.
With the other guy wearing the helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was describing this to somebody. You caught him clean on the jaw and didn't hit the face mask or the chin strap. It was just a clean shot. It was like a 1 in a million shot.
Nah, I'm pretty precise with my hands, man. At least I was.
Yeah. Oh wow. That's still pretty.
You
quick.
didn't even see that coming, man.
I didn't.
He's pretty much dead now.
My carotid artery.
Yeah.
Throttled it. Skipped a few beats. So, but the taunting thing is, it's not doing what they're not officiating it the way that it should be officiated. They're trying to take any celebration out. We're just I don't know. We're just as a unit, kind of just a stupid species. We can't like it was a few guys in a room saying, let's take this out so this doesn't happen. So that somehow interprets to, all right, take all the fun out, like take all of it out. Like anything that is similar to this, let's get rid of it. It's like, no.
It is the no fun league. They have to live up to the name.
Well, it is now. I mean, now it really is that, because if it's deciding the outcome of a game, like, come on, man.
Yeah. That's a big time play. Yeah. At a key point in the game.
And this Marsh guy is a young player. He comes in, makes a play, He's
And
excited about it.
And he did it against the team that cut him last season.
Yeah, he had a human reaction to it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if I was him, I might have gave the double bird, low key, but I wouldn't do that.
we're speaking of, I just got on Yahoo today at work, just for only like 2 seconds.
Does that still exist?
Yeah, it does. Just for only 2 seconds, a place that I work for. I won't say their name, just because. Yeah. But hospital, healthcare. But yeah, I said the headline was like, it's a completely biased, all reporting is these days. But it was like, I saw Eli Manning out at Monday Night Football, and I of course was like, what? And I had already clicked to my mail, so I went back just to see that. I'm like, why is he out? And it said, it said people calling for Eli Manning to be out at Monday Night Football for that.
A few Karens sitting at home that watching their husbands watch Monday Night Football had a problem with it.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Oh, it was hilarious. One of the best moments in TV. I mean,
yeah, but so this just shows how what it takes to be a reporter these days. It takes no talent to be a print reporter these days, because it doesn't pay shit, so they can't get anybody to do it. So all the good ones are gone. So, but anyway,
man, you know what's something else that we missed out on talking about last week was the Texas.
You mean 2 weeks ago?
Last week. Well, we didn't do last week, so we missed out.
Well, what's that? What did we miss out on?
The damn Texas assistant coach, his girlfriend's monkey biting the trick-or-treater.
I didn't even hear about
Who
that.
makes that shit up? You didn't hear about that?
No.
What the hell? Yeah. Okay, so apparently the word on the street is the Texas football, one of their assistant coaches, his girlfriend is an exotic dancer.
Of course.
And she has a pet monkey, and it was a part of her costume for Halloween. And I think it bit a trick-or-treater or a parent of a trick-or-treater.
What was her costume?
Oh, hell, I don't know.
Well, now I gotta know. Now I want to know what the costume was. Why did she need a monkey?
Because she owns a monkey and she wants to incorporate the monkey with her costume. Hell, I don't know.
Okay, I was just like, I don't know.
The woman owns a monkey. You can't. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty. That sounds like some Texas football stuff these days.
Yeah, it sounded like the perfect story.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Braves, they won the World Series too.
That happened. That happened.
No big deal.
I don't feel like a lot of people paid attention to the World Series this year.
Oh,
it's just a feel.
Freaking Buster Posey announcing his retirement. That was pretty big.
Yeah, 3 rings.
I figured he could at least go on for a couple more years, but yeah, like you said, he's got 3 rings. He might as well retire.
And they're still, they still have the best record in baseball this past year. So I don't know. He's got more money than I'll make. So good for him. Solid career.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Braves won the World Series, so that means my old coworker, Drew Smiley, won a World Series ring. Congratulations to him. Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out Drew Smiley and Slim Chickens.
Slim Chickens, yeah. Just slinging chicken. Well, and he was making sauce, so yeah. He had the hard job.
Yeah. Even though your Cabot location is trash, it's a terrific restaurant.
Oh, is it open up already?
Yes, and it's awful. Like I had the worst food I ever had in my life at that one.
It always takes like 3 months well, surely not Slim's, but yeah. There's a Popeyes down the street, man. It took 3 to 6 months to even get anywhere decent. So,
well, yeah, the chicken was like rubbery tasting. It was just nothing but like the cartilage, like the gross part of the chicken.
Uh,
Yeah, and it was cold, and it was just bad. It was just the whole like I took a bite, and then I shoveled down like that bite, and then I took another, and I just couldn't. It was even worse than the first one. So I just did the like let it fall out of my mouth, and and there was just nothing but that liquid shit
uh,
from the grill, like
uh,
the sauce, and it was just soaked into my little to go container, the cardboard.
yum. Yeah.
It was just completely disgusting. And I didn't even feed it to the dog. That's how bad it was. I was like, I'm not gonna do that to
Dang.
I'm not gonna do that to the
See,
dog.
I had it up here in Bentonville last week. And it was pretty dang good.
But yeah, it's delicious. It's delicious everywhere else. Even in
That's
Little Rock, it's good. But I mean, yeah, Northwest Arkansas, it's gonna be the best. That's its home. So
I just think it's hilarious. They now they have the classic plate. There's never a classic plate. It's like all you had was the chick slims and hungry. Now they had to throw in the classic.
what's the classic? What's on the classic?
It's just 4 strips versus 3 or 5.
When was there 4? There was never
There
4.
was never a 4. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And they're elite and they're calling it the classic. It's like,
3,
how's a
5, and
classic?
7. It was 3, 5,
If
and
it was
7, right?
classic, yeah, if it was classic, it would be original. That's not classic. But I don't know. Something's
Well, you're an OG there, so
I
you
know,
can.
I know. I should have invested. Should have bought a franchise tag. But
Yeah, you probably should have.
no, there's no probably to that.
Yeah, no,
That was
no, probably. They're kind of
woulda,
booming
coulda,
right now.
shoulda. Oh well.
Yeah, and you could have run the Cabot one because it
Nah,
freaking sucks.
I went over in one of them, Cabot.
Dude, you should run. Okay, Cabot, ladies and gentlemen, we got 20. We got about 23,000 people here and 0 restaurant selection.
Got more people than that.
Well, according to the population sign, but yeah, there's probably more than that. But the point is like there are a couple of good restaurants, decent, and the rest is it's like some fast food, and like I'm not gonna say their name, but there's this just trash restaurant, the worst service you'll ever get in your life, and like the food is cold. Like it'd be good if it was like prepped decent, and they're packed like all the time with people because there's nowhere else to go. There's no other food selection. So they
Is it a
still
burger
get all
joint?
this business. It's not a burger joint.
It's not that one.
No. What were you thinking, David's?
Yeah, I was like, there's no way that.
No, David's does a good job.
Yeah,
Like,
always a good job.
yeah, like I don't eat there just because it's too greasy. But no, they do a good job. Like
Mm.
David's here is banging. No, this is a Cajun themed restaurant. Again, I'm not gonna say their name. I'm not gonna give them that kind of love. But yeah, you had 2 chances with me. You screwed up both times. Not going back.
I love how we got sidetracked on chicken
I
in
mean, dude, it was.
restaurants.
I never thought Slims would give me shitty food, but man, they shit the bed that day.
Your expectations should have been low being at a new location, though.
They've been there like 2 months.
Has it been that long? Damn,
Yeah.
I might need to go home more often.
Why? To go eat shitty chicken?
No.
Now it wasn't bad. I'm not. It wasn't like that every time I've eaten there, but it's never been as good as I'm used to.
Mm.
And if you go there after 9:30 p.m., it's because they're open till 11. You're gonna get cold. Like I just got ice cold chicken. Like it was ice cold chicken. Clearly just been sitting there, super dry, and it's just not. It's not the.
No.
Anytime
You
I've
definitely
gone
called
there,
and
I'm
got
like,
put in the book, right?
huh?
You definitely called and got your name put in the book, right?
No, I didn't call. I
Okay.
just said I don't. Yeah. What's
You do know that's a thing. Okay, so for all of our viewers out there, you ever get a problem or think you had a problem, call a restaurant and they always write you in the book. There's always a book. And they will write your name down and 90% of the time they'll give you whatever you want for free, no questions asked. They might ask for a receipt, but it's worked for me every time.
I did get something at McAllister's in North Little Rock. They didn't give me like half my order, and I was dating a a lifter at the time, and she gets hangry AF. Like if she don't get it, and they didn't give her like half of her food, to the point she was willing to drive back up there and go get it 25 minutes away just to go get it. And I was like, no, like just
No.
yeah, y'all. And now, and what tripped me out, the manager over the phone was like, "We'll tell you what, I'm gonna put your name down, and next time you come in, I'm gonna get those items to you. How does that, free of charge? How does that sound?"
How does that sound? Yeah.
That's how that's how he freaking said it. And I was like, "How does it sound that you're gonna give me what I paid for?"
It
And he
sounds
said
fair
it
to
like,
me. Yeah.
yeah, he said it like and he was surprised that I would respond that way. He made it out like he was doing me a favor, and I was like, "So you're just gonna give me what I paid for that I didn't get, and that's the big favor I'm getting out of this? Like you're just gonna give me what I paid for next time I come in?" And
Thanks.
he's
Yeah.
basically like, "Yeah." He's basically like, "Yeah," and I was like, Okay, well." I was like, "So who do I talk to? Because you're probably not going to be there. Nobody's going to know what the hell I'm talking about when I go in." Like, "Oh, I don't know what you mean. I've never seen you before." Yeah, freaking some high school junior isn't going to have a
Well,
clue what's going on when I walk in and say, "Hey, I'm owed this." And he's like, "Well, we got a big board in the back, and I'll put your name down on it and stuff." But to their credit, when I went in like 3 weeks later and got it, I told the guy, I was like, "This is what they get. This is my name. This is what I'm owed." Brought the receipt and everything. Guy looked at it, went to the back of the board and said, "All right, I got you." And it was delicious. So I wasn't mad after that. So they did kill it. It was a stupid thing by the manager to be like, "How does that sound?" But the food was good, to be fair. They
mm.
fixed he fixed it. His salesmanship was trash just because it was a shitty sales pitch. But the food was good. So I wasn't mad anymore.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. So we can call this episode Immunized and
Chicken.
yeah, shitty fast food experiences.
Chicken.
Yeah, chicken. I like chicken.
Are
But
you gonna have the chicken or chicken?
yeah, I'm talking about, right? The chunky kid that's like, "I like chicken," or "I love chicken."
No.
Okay, I'll send you the link like when we get off of here.
And
But
that voice is, yeah, I'm just picturing Hank Hill saying, "I love chicken."
no, it's just some little Husker.
I mean, who doesn't love chicken?
Uh, there's probably some weirdo out there trying to be different. Like, yeah, I don't eat that. I don't know. I don't like it. Have you seen all the stuff they pump into them? Okay, Arkansas came back and won. So basketball, college basketball tipped off tonight, and Duke and Kentucky are currently underway. It is 7-6 Duke. About 4.5 minutes into the game. So Coach K's last year.
Yeah.
He's only been around. He's only been the head coach at Duke since, I don't know, Columbus set sail.
Yeah, feels like for as long as I can remember. Like he's
Yeah.
been there.
Well, Arkansas kicked his ass in '94. So
Yeah, people been misspelling that name for years.
yeah, I mean that's a tough one. Still,
Yeah.
you gotta say Coach K.
Yeah.
It's like, what? There's a Z and some stuff in there. Like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know who would. I don't know who would be. It doesn't matter who the favorite is to win it all because it seems like they never win it all. Except for the only teams I can really think of that were just so dominant it was obvious was the back-to-back Florida team in year 2 because nobody saw it coming in year 1,
No.
and the Kentucky team with Anthony Davis. Like they were just unstoppable. And even the year they went, 30 the one game they lost to Wisconsin. Now that was big. That was a big upset.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, just the Anthony Davis Kentucky team was just clearly light years better than everybody else. Excuse me. College basketball is fun in that regard, but unless it's Arkansas, I'm not going to get probably too interested unless it's just a real big game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
Hopefully,
March.
I'll be able to. Yeah. Hopefully, I'll be able to get a ticket or two to a game this season. We'll see. Probably be tough though.
Probably they got a squad, and they're going to have a squad next year. So Arkansas hoops is going to be fun to watch. I mean, Arkansas sports is kind of back. Razorbacks are 6-3. I mean, they will probably at the very least they're going to be 7-5 at the end of the regular season.
I would think at the least.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, if they play as well as they can, they should be sitting at 8-4 at the end of the season. Which, wow, if that's the case, KJ's killing it. 16 touchdowns, 3 picks.
Yeah, he looked good on that final. I mean, he looked good the whole game, but that final drive, I mean, it impressed me.
And he's not 100%. I mean,
no, obviously he went 100%. That was,
he had a shilling sock on his knee. Are you able to follow that?
Yeah, I followed you on that one. Yeah.
Seemed like it was taking a minute to process.
Yeah, I was just shaking my head like, yeah.
Yeah, he had Kurt Schilling's sock around his kneecap. So he's clearly not 100%.
Wonder how much he paid for that sock.
Who paid for that sock? Not me. No way. Never paying for no sock.
Mr.
Never
Balloon.
again.
Mr. Balloon hands.
Never paying for no bloody sock ever. Never again. But they look good. I don't know. It's another running back killing it every game. It just seems like whatever defensive front the team has, they pick a running back to use against them. We used our bigger 235-pound back this game. The smaller guy, was it Traylon Smith? The first half of the year, but Traylon Burks is amazing. Gosh, he is fun to watch. We're gonna miss him next year.
Yeah, I'm just glad he got that penalty called on that last drive. The hold.
Yeah, it didn't look like a hold at first to me.
No.
I mean, it technically was.
It technically was,
but I wouldn't have called it live.
If that would have happened to Knox or Wilson, yeah, there wouldn't have been a flag.
Well, like seeing it the initial replay. I mean, you see him fall, so it makes you think something happened. But seeing the replay the first time, I was like, "Oh, that wasn't a penalty." But then seeing it again, I was like, "Okay, technically it was." But yeah, like if I were an official, I probably wouldn't have thrown the flag, and then we'd be talking about Mississippi State winning. But that game went about like I thought it would. It was two pretty evenly matched teams as far as talent, just different styles.
Yeah. Wonder how that game this weekend is going to play out. I think they're playing Auburn this weekend at Auburn. If Bo Nix plays like he did last week, Mississippi State's got a chance.
Well, Mississippi State's had some big wins. It's like Arkansas.
Yeah,
they've had some.
Their QB's been tearing it up.
He has. He's been lighting it up. Lit us up.
I think, don't they have the most throw attempts in college football?
I'm sure they do. It's a Mike Leach offense. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure. See, that's the thing. They're talking about he's breaking all these passing records. I'm like, yeah, look who he plays for. It's like any quarterback that came in under
Yeah, it's a historically
Petrino.
run heavy conference.
Yeah, well, any quarterback that came in under Petrino when he was at Arkansas, they broke this record. He broke. It's like, yeah, because we ran the ball for
every season it was a broken record.
We've run the ball since 1871, so it's yeah. Of course, that's going to happen.
Hmm.
But some more upsets. Wake Forest going down. Although I'm not really surprised. I mean they were up by a couple scores, I believe.
Who'd they
But
lose to?
North Carolina. It seems like North Carolina always does that to somebody in the ACC.
It's like Purdue.
Who is it? Purdue beat
Michigan State.
Yeah, that's it. Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan
that was
State.
another big one. They were number 3.
Oh yeah, so have the playoff rankings came out?
Playoff. Yeah, they have.
No, they did. So did Cincinnati actually get in this time? Surely they did.
Oh, as in like the new ones. I haven't seen the new ones, but
golly.
Well, let's look her up.
All right, what do you think I'm
doing? Georgia, Alabama 1 and 2, Oregon 3, Ohio State 4.
Are you shitting me? Well, they didn't. Yeah, they did keep it close to Tulsa. Never mind.
I mean, would you put Cincinnati in over any of those? I wouldn't.
If they would beat Tulsa by 30, maybe.
I still wouldn't put them in over those two because they had close games.
I just hate that Ohio State's in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's gonna be probably either. I don't know. Yeah, it can come down. It can still come down to any of those 3 8-1 Big Ten teams. But yeah, that's the thing. Ohio. I mean, Cincinnati beat Notre Dame, who's probably going to end the year with 1 loss. So it's not like they have no quality wins. Oh, Arkansas cracked the top 25. Well, in the college football rankings.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, not in the AP.
We get 25.
Not in the AP or the coaches.
Yeah, I didn't see them anywhere.
I don't
care.
In
like a fan poll. I mean, I
don't
care as long as we end the season in like the top 20 to 25 range, which I think we can. That's where I think we are. Yeah, end of the season.
Yes.
When the dust settles, we're 20 to 25.
Well, hell, if they end the year 9 and 4, yeah, they'll be somewhere. But I would rather them not be ranked right now because as soon as they get ranked, they're going to shit the bed and lose to an LSU or something. Because I mean, LSU, the wheels have kind of come off, but it's still LSU. They've still got players. So I mean, that's not a gimme by any means. Not that anybody's insinuating it is, but I think people are like, "Yeah, Arkansas's got that." I'm like, I don't know about that. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I would kind of say Missouri is. I don't want to say a gimme just because that has turned into a rivalry game, but I don't know. It's the SEC, man. Anything can happen.
Yep.
So, and just, yeah. Speaking of LSU, who's in line to get that job?
Lane Kiffin.
You think?
Probably.
He's done weirder.
I mean, it's not like it's going to hurt his reputation.
Yeah. I mean, do you do that though? Do you go to the
same
to a division opponent?
Yeah, you do because you're definitely going to get the recruits you want at LSU.
Yeah.
And LSU could definitely, yeah. They only had a taste of it with Burrow, with the modern offense. They just freaking love Lane to come down there. And didn't he live in Louisiana? No, I'm making that up. I think so.
Just throw it out there.
I was gonna say I thought he lived in Louisiana for a little bit, but
nothing's factual anymore anyway. So yeah, just Lane he's from Homa.
He was born and raised, right?
It's from Homa, where
he actually was born in Arkansas, right?
I don't know where.
I think he was actually born in Arkansas. That's
word
on street.
I don't believe that.
Word up.
A Southern Cal guy is born in Arkansas. Why would he have been born in Arkansas?
His dad was coaching down here. I don't know.
They were just passing. They were just passing through, and we're gonna Google that. Where was Lane Kiffin born? Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, nailed it.
There
you go.
It almost looked like where was Lane Killer born, but yeah. There could be more than one Lane Kiffin, so.
There's a Google. Yeah, it says here, born May 9th, 1975, Lincoln, Nebraska. On Wikipedia, anyway, which they're about 60% correct, so it's passing grade.
You covering up our sponsor there?
It's not a Frosty. They haven't contacted us. So yeah, no, this is the Diet A&W.
That name brand stuff?
Well, it's see, I've got cans, but this was all they had. Like anything tastes better out of a can, by the way, as opposed to a bottle.
I don't know, water.
What?
You ever had canned
water?
When
have you had water out of a can?
It's starting to be a big thing now.
I saw Fred Durst talk about it at Lollapalooza.
What is with you with Fred Durst, man? This is like the second time you've talked about him tonight.
You brought up canned water. It's the only other time I've seen canned water.
But yeah, I've heard canned water tastes awful because all you do is you taste a hint of aluminum.
Well, it's not like plastic tastes any better. Plastic literally erodes.
If you gotta leave, you gotta leave out in the sun.
When was the other time I talked about Fred Durst? Back when I was like, "Hey, did you see his hair?" Because that was
maybe it's just the second time someone else has talked about
anyone
Fred
has
Durst
ever
today.
talked about him.
Dude, it's Fred Durst. It's not like he's nobody talks about that guy anymore. Past 2003, nobody talks about that guy.
Yeah. So, I like his hair now.
He has hair.
You have not seen what Fred Durst looks like?
No.
Google Fred Durst 2021, like right now. We need to see your actual facial expression when you see it. And then go to images. Exactly. Exactly. That's the expression we all had, basically.
Is that shit for real?
That's for real. That's his get up now. So yeah, pretty much that. We all pretty much had that exact reaction. So, yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
You're not on Facebook ever, right?
No.
Okay, yeah. Malcolm posted a video like of them at Lollapalooza, and that was the first I had ever seen it. I was like, "What?" And I, of course, sat there and watched it. And he's talking about drinking water out of an aluminum can, so that's what made me think of that. But yeah, death to plastic.
Yeah, I think Monster's been doing that with all their athletes over the past so many years. Now all those cans are never Monster there. It's just water.
I mean, makes sense. There's this one cat who's always in the gym who he has the weirdest little training stuff that he does. He's got to be in his 50s or something, but he's like super thin and he's always doing this funky like training. And one day he was just sitting there just shadow boxing with the elastic bands around him and like grunting and all that. And in between he would go like drink the stuff out of a can. I'm like, what is he drinking? And I happen to see it in the trash can, the exact same can in the locker room. It was just a big old energy drink. And I'm like, oh man, can't be doing that.
Yeah, that's not a good idea, right?
No, it's not a good idea. But the gym I worked at, nobody there. I was the only guy that drank coffee. Everybody else drank energy drinks. Like they had a bet going around one day. I remember them saying like, yeah, and whoever loses has to buy monsters for everybody. And I'm like, we're all like trainers and shit. And like this is the shit that we put in their bodies. Like y'all's bodies just chugging freaking monster energy drinks. Nah, dude, just give me coffee. I'm good. Give me coffee. 2 cups, I'm gold.
Yeah,
Because this is caffeine free. That's why I rock it.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, it's not a lot of it. So what's going on? Okay, what's new in the NBA? Anything? Lakers are going about as expected. It's not working with Russ. LeBron's showing his age.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant's the best basketball player in the world. Harden's ever since that rule change, Harden is essentially not what he used to be. We haven't heard from Kyrie.
He's probably immunized.
Steph. No, yeah. He should have said that, right? He should have said,
He should definitely take a page out of Aaron Rodgers'
yeah,
book.
he should have said,
I was immunized.
He should try it now. Hey, everybody, I got immunized, and just see how it goes. I mean, that would because Kyrie's the kind that would like to mess with people anyways. He should just try it and see what happens.
Yeah, he's already a flat earther, so he doesn't really have anything else to lose.
So, other news in basketball, Steph dropped 50. I believe it was last night. Yeah, I mean, just dude has been killing it, lighting it up. Has to be the MVP. Whatever, I know we're just 2-3 weeks into the season, but dude is killing it. So once they get Clay back, I think the Warriors are 9-1 actually. I'm gonna look that up. Yeah, and they don't even have Clay back.
They don't even have Clay back, yeah.
I mean,
which that shouldn't be too much longer. Like I see footage of him at practice, so.
Well, I think they may actually have something to prove too. Like, no, we've won it before without KD. We can do it again. Yep, 9-1, best record in basketball. So yeah, Utah second, along with Dallas. I mean, Dallas is going to be fun with Luka. Man, that guy's fun to watch. Have you sat down and watched a Mavericks game?
Other than the playoffs, no.
No, dude, Luka is worth it. Man, he's fun to watch. In the East, Brooklyn at 7-4. Cleveland is at 7-4. Embiid tested positive for COVID. The Bulls have a pretty decent lineup. Miami's at the top right now. I mean, it's a 3-way tie. Essentially, Miami, Chicago, Washington. I got Milwaukee is 5-6. I did not realize that.
Wow, really?
Yeah, Milwaukee is 5-6. Still early, but hey, at least they got one. Phoenix is 6-3.
Man, that's almost as shocking as Fred Durst's hair. I mean,
it's not that shocking, but it's pretty surprising. Yeah, because they looked like they didn't miss a beat in game
the first
one.
game, dude.
Yeah, when they handle Brooklyn. But
It's like, holy crap, here we go again.
I mean, Brooklyn could have beaten them though if they were at full strength in the playoffs last year. But they weren't. So, but I mean, yeah, Bucks earned it, but yeah, 5-6. That is a little surprising. Not as shocking as Fred Durst's hair, but pretty shocking still.
Mm-mm.
So what else are we missing? What do we skip out on? Baker's better with the Browns.
Yeah, I'm covered that one.
Rodgers isn't playing. It's still pretty much toss up who's coming out. I don't necessarily. I mean, the Cardinals won despite not having Kyler Murray and
Or
Hopkins.
Hopkins, yeah.
I didn't know
QB or wide receiver 1. I
I
mean,
didn't know
come
Colt
on.
McCoy was still in the league. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're the team to beat right now. Yeah, oh man, we didn't even say anything about Dallas looking like Dallas of old.
they
Man, they look bad.
awful. God, they look
terrible.
awful.
They're like, oh hey, everybody likes us again. Let's do awful again.
Yeah,
That's their
just
MO. Like, oh, everybody thinks
completely-
we're Super Bowl contenders. Let's play like the worst team. Let's do that.
completely shit the bed. It was that. I mean, that was as bad. That was as bad of a performance as I saw over the weekend. What was a worse loss, Dallas or the Bills?
It's tough, man. It's
Because Dallas got dominated the whole
Dallas
game.
got dominated. Yeah, Bills just look. I can't really say too much on it, but from what I've seen, it wasn't pretty. They were pretty stagnant. But
From
I don't know. I would
what
say
I saw,
Bills,
Josh
man.
Allen kept getting in his own way.
Yeah, literally.
Sometimes literally. Yeah.
I'd say the Bills. Their loss is worse for sure.
Yeah, because Denver's at least won some games, but they traded Von Miller. The game after they trade Von Miller, they go out and just whoop the Cowboys, just
Oh.
completely dominate them, up 30-0 at one point. So that's a pretty big. No, it wasn't. That's a pretty big loss. But they'll. I mean, unless they do it again, then you can really speculate. Okay, Dallas isn't what we thought they were, but I don't see that as too big of a deal. It might be a wake up call, if anything.
Yeah, I think I don't know who they're playing this weekend, but they'll probably come back with a vengeance.
Probably so. I haven't checked.
Make old Jerry happy.
Yeah, gonna have to. You know how Jerry is. Jerry threw away a good thing with Jimmy Johnson, so might lose it real quick. I don't know. It's Arkansas alums, though. We got to love some Jerry.
They're playing the Falcons, man. Surely.
Hey, Falcons had they got them a win.
They're already opened up as a 8.5 point favorite. Man, that's a lot of points.
Okay, the other thing, so Frank Gore, I guess, is done playing football. Then just didn't get signed by anybody. Finishes with exactly 16,000 rushing yards. Just third on the all-time list behind Emmett and Walter Payton. So, how does he respond? What does he do post-retirement? Going to fight Darren Williams on the Jake Paul, was it Tommy Fury? Tyson Fury's brother.
His half brother, yeah.
So, yeah.
He's just trying to make sure he gets CTE. I don't know.
I mean,
you think he's made plenty of money. I mean, maybe he's just bored.
Well, I think he's just still in that competitive. Like, he probably still wants to play, but nobody's signing him.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. He's probably just pissed off that he can't break Emmitt Smith's record or, Walter Payton or somebody. I'm sure. I mean, why else would you play that long? I mean, other than just you love the game, obviously. But he was like, I want to be the all-time leading rusher. I'm sure that's what's probably driven him, at least maybe in part. But he's probably pissed off that he can't, break any of those records. So he's like, I'm just gonna go fight somebody.
Hey, it's like Herschel Walker did the same thing. Of course, he went the MMA route.
And it's Herschel Walker. And
Yeah, and God, I forgot who he fought,
machine.
but yeah, his domination.
Yeah, I would think he would whoop Darren Williams, Frank Gore.
Yeah, I would think so.
And my money would be on him. I don't know anything about Tyson Fury's brother though. Can he fight?
I don't know. I think
Yeah,
he's an amateur. I think he's an amateur boxer. I mean,
well, that's the thing about Jake Paul fights. We don't know who the people he fights or know anything about them boxing. Was it Tyron Woodley? Was that the guy's name?
mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, he's a good MMA fighter, but apparently so was Ben Askren. But he wasn't a puncher.
Yeah, I don't know if Askren was a good MMA fighter.
Yeah, I don't know if he was.
He was a good Olympic wrestler, but.
And there was the line of the shape that he was coming into that fight, built like a bag of milk. Yes, that was terrific commentary, by the way.
Who the hell said that?
I don't remember.
That's hilarious.
You didn't hear that?
No.
No, they said it live. Like they
built like a bag of milk.
Said he's built like a bag of milk. It was pretty spot on. And it made it great. Snoop Dogg stole the show, commentating that fight.
Yeah,
they need to bring him back.
It's hard for Snoop Dogg not to steal the show on anything, I would imagine.
Correct. They need to bring him back for this fight.
Oh, speaking of bringing back, I seen somebody mentioned on Twitter today about what are the possibilities that are. They wasn't the possibilities. They were saying, some reporter was stating on why the Panthers should bring Cam back. Could you imagine?
Oh wow!
It's like, man, that'd be weird.
That'd be something. Who do they have in there now? I don't even know. Is it still Darnold?
It's still Darnold, but he's concussed and hasn't really played well past week 3.
Yeah, no, we haven't heard from Darnold since week 3, and yeah, I don't think that'll happen.
No, but I was like, I don't think that'll happen, but that would be hilarious.
Yeah, like I would tune in at least for the first couple, first quarter.
For the first snap is Cam just turning around and chunking it the opposite way. He's like, screw y'all traded me. Y'all got rid of me.
Yeah, I don't know if that would help him, but may just sit there and look at it as it lands on the ground, kind of like he did in the Super Bowl. But deep shot. But I mean, it's the way it happened. It's like it's the Super Bowl, man. Get on the ball. I don't think that would have won them the game, but I mean, I think they would have lost anyway. But still, it's Super Bowl, man. Give it all.
I don't think anything was helping them out that Super Bowl.
I don't either. But you got to give your all in the Super Bowl. And speaking of giving it your all, shout out to our sponsor, Rhino Races. Got to show them some love here. Rhino Races. Visit rhinoraces.com for details. Rhino Races is a virtual race series. You can complete your races anytime, anywhere after sign up. They have 5 different races: a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, a marathon, and the Rhino Ultra. And it's a 10-week challenge, very unique challenge. Visit rhinoraces.com for details. So shout out to Rhino Races, rhinoraces.com. It's a nice shot of your top of your hat there.
Plug in my sponsor that you can't even read the logo on.
Yeah, just you got to have the text there if we're gonna do that.
Yeah, seen those medals and buckles. They look pretty sweet.
They are
Rhino Races.
They are very sweet, very sweet. as good as any award you're gonna get
Pretty shiny.
at any live race. So live or virtual, but yeah, for sure. Any race you go to, you're not gonna have anything better than what Rhino Races offers as far as awards quality. So definitely shout out to Rhino Races. Check them out at rhinoraces.com. And there's plenty more in the sports world to discuss that we
Like
can
what?
browse over. But so, or maybe there isn't.
I don't know.
Did we cover everything?
There's stuff going on. No, we didn't. I can say that with confidence, but
Oh, of course, yeah.
we covered
Yeah,
quite
we
a bit,
got it. We got
especially for a two for 1 week. So,
Did we discuss where Beckham's going?
yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, I
talking
just
about the
don't.
rumor to Seattle, but probably Raiders or Saints would make more sense.
It ain't gonna be the Raiders because of the Sean thing, but I could see the Saints. But even then, I mean, he's a
No, he
difficult
wouldn't.
dude.
Well, I mean, even then, he's not stepping into a good situation. He's stepping into a backup. I mean,
Well,
Jameis is out.
yeah, I mean, Trevor Simeon was. I mean, certainly didn't light it up at Denver. That's why he's gone. But the guy is capable of making some throws.
Of course he is. He's an NFL quarterback. I mean,
yeah, but I don't know who was the guy that the Colts put in when they were 14-0 against in the second half of the Jets, and he was just trash.
well, of course he was trash. He'd been coasting behind Peyton Manning all season.
Yeah, but I mean, just went from
probably the only thing he did was get Peyton's drink like every day. Like
you go
that
from
was his job.
A+ quarterback play to whatever that was, the opposite,
off the charts.
Yeah, I mean
way.
that was bad. That gosh, that pissed me off.
Pissed a lot of people off.
Like what are you doing? Like completely killed their momentum going into the playoffs.
Completely killed people's fantasy football championships.
Yeah, probably that too. I don't think they were concerned with that, but
they were. They told me.
Like I understood what they were trying to do, keep everybody healthy, but you literally just kind of ruined your own mojo going into the playoffs, and of course got throttled by the Saints. And I mean, it was a good game, but yeah, Saints got them. In what 2008, I believe it was.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I just fact checked it. Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yep.
But yeah, I think we've pretty much got everything.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yep. I was gonna say something about the Heisman. Who you have at the Heisman? But
say something about the Heisman.
I don't know. What about the Heisman? I don't know. This dude, it was following that mission that Kenneth Walker, that Michigan State running back. But yeah, since they shit the bed last weekend, it probably notched him down a little bit on the Heisman board. But yeah, 2 weeks ago he had that 5 touchdown game, just went off.
If somebody gave me a vote for the Heisman right now, like if you ask me right now who should win the Heisman Trophy, like off the top of my, like what pops into my brain just immediately upon that is the refrigerator on Georgia's defensive line.
Oh yeah, dude. If a nose tackle could win, any nose tackle, nose guard.
I mean, Sue was a finalist. I mean, he was a DT.
That would be sweet. Yeah, but is it gonna happen?
No, it won't happen. But he's probably he's the most dominant player on the most dominant team in college football. Right? I mean, they're good everywhere. But yeah, if you're asking me, like, if you gave me a vote and said pick who I think the best player in college football is and who's having the best year, I'm going with him. I don't even remember his name. I don't even know the guy's name. But I know that guy's the best player in college football right now.
The immovable object. Yeah. He's pretty good.
Yeah, because refrigerator was taken by the fridge.
Oh man. And yeah, we talked about Von Miller going to the Rams. That defense should be nice and scary. I mean, like it wasn't before, but it should almost be unfair now.
We didn't talk about that. We just talked about Denver playing without him.
Oh yeah,
killing it. But yeah, the Rams are obviously in let's win it now. McVay wants a ring so bad.
Oh
goes
yeah.
and gets Stafford, now goes and gets Von Miller. Yeah, that's gonna be adding a Hall of Fame pass rusher.
And yeah, you have Darnold too coming at you from the other side. So how would you feel as an opposing quarterback that if you somehow dodge Darnold and Vaughn and you just heaved it up, you still got to worry about Ramsey?
Are you saying Donald?
Darnold.
You're saying Aaron Donald.
Huh?
You're talking about Aaron Donald, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's Donald, not Darnold.
I scribbled my I can't read my own handwriting.
It's not Sam.
It's not Sam. I know it's not Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold's a quarterback.
Hey,
what's he talking? I don't know how he is.
I can't read my own handwriting. So
he may be a better pass rusher than a quarterback, though.
Hey, you knew what the fuck I meant. So
no, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Yeah,
you kept saying Darnold, and I was like, "What is he? Who is Darnold?" I was in the back of my mind like, "Is this somebody I don't know?" Like,
sure, you knew who the fuck I meant.
I had no idea what you were talking about. So Aaron Donald, where there is no R, except in Aaron.
Darnold. It's Aaron Darnold.
Aaron Darnold. Okay, we'll go with that. With Aaron Darnold.
Darnold.
And Von Miller.
His name. Vaughn Miller.
Are we gonna screw his name up too? Are we gonna throw some R's in there?
Dude. Yeah.
We're gonna throw some R's in there.
And Ramsey. Gotta worry about Ramsey.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go with that.
You gotta worry about Darnold, Ramsey, and Vaughn. Man, scary defense.
What about on the offensive side of the ball?
You gotta worry about Mick Stanford.
Mick Stanford?
Yep.
Who's that running back that was from Georgia that was there, scored the other night? Sony Mitchell? Mitchell?
No, I think it was
Toshiba Mitchell?
No. I think it was Samsung. It's one of those new names, just one name like Sill or McLovin.
We're not even gonna play on his last name, Michelle.
Oh, he's only got one name, dude.
Okay, all right. Well, Aaron Darnold.
Yeah, watch out for Darnold.
Yeah, Aaron Darnold's. I mean, yeah, he's just a monster.
And Jared Ramsey.
That's gonna be fun to watch.
Now watch out for Jared Ramsey. Can't throw it up.
Jared Ramsey. Did you say Did you throw a in there?
Yep.
All right, bet. All right, so the Rams and Aaron Darnold and Ramsey and Vaughn and Samsung are quite possibly, with that addition of Vaughn, going to be the beast of not the East, the opposite of the East, the West. the NFC. Oh. So we'll see how that goes. What else are we missing, Brad?
No, I don't know.
All right. Well, we can probably call it on that. But it's been
I think we got everything
we got most
for
things.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll whatever we didn't get, we probably won't get next time either. But we will talk about some more stuff, sports, and who knows what else. That's kind of what it's turned into at this point. But it's more fun that way on episode 7.
6.
But that's the conclusion
Oh,
of episode 6.
Yeah.
We're on 6.
I know.
Next time is 7. I'm saying next time just in case we don't get to next week, but we got to get to next week. So
We will.
we got to be more consistent. All right. Well, till next time, ladies and gents. Shoe Booty Sports. We're out. Cheat